Well, today was supposed to be a filming day for work, but I do not think it's going to happen. It's been raining all morning. That looks really cool though. The way the iPhone picks up these clouds is insane. You can kind of see it with this camera, and then you look at it through this camera. It's insane. Oh, this weather sucks! What am I supposed to do with this? Man, this rain is really cold. Hello? Hey, what's going on? I'm gonna get a chicken bowl, brown rice, black beans.
Like mild, medium, or hot?
Mild, and then cheese.
Mild and cheese, 78?
Yeah, that's it.
You were a lot easier.
A heck of a lot easier.
Being stupid?
Half of it. Trying to stay clean. We go to Chipotle and eat, and now this one wants ice cream. Women, they never make it easy. Oh, Klondike bars. Ah.
This test at any time.
I think it's time to do another little Q&A. The first question is, I'm in need of a cheap storage server that would run Plex as well. Do I need a powerful machine, or could I use an old 7-year-old PC? I don't recommend it. If you're going to run Plex, then you definitely need something relatively powerful. If it was just a NAS device, I mean, they're RAM hungry. You could use an old system and use what they call free NAS. You can put that operating system on there and you'd have your own NAS device. That's going to be your cheapest route. If you're seriously on a budget, then do that. I'll put a link down to, if I can find it, I'll put a link down to free NAS where you can go and download it. That's going to be your best option if you're really on a budget. Now, what I would recommend, now I currently have a Western Digital MyCloud EX2 device. If you're just wanting a NAS device, that's it. Just somewhere where you could drop a bunch of data, then that thing is awesome. It does that perfectly. My recommendation, what I want next, because I'm in serious need of more storage because of the daily vlogging, that thing is about to max out real soon, and I don't want to have to pull those drives out, put new drives in. When those drives fill, pull those drives out, because then I can never go back and access it without having to pull it apart, put new it. That's just too much of a hassle. One of the ones I want to look into is made by Synology. I mean, they call them NASs, but I mean, all in reality, they're basically servers. You can run Plex on them. I mean, it has a whole operating system. It's not just a little GUI suite that you can do some stuff. I mean, it's a flat out, I mean, just blown out, I think it's Linux-based operating system. And you can put third-party apps on there to make it do other things. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can, depending on which model you get, you can run websites off of these things. Awesome. I wish I could get Synology to help me out and like send me one. They are a little bit on the pricey side. I'm actually looking at one for Sims Crane for a project that we're doing, and if you get the diskless, it has no drives in it, it's about $7.99. They have cheaper ones that do a lot less, but we're just looking at a bigger one for different reasons. But they make smaller ones. They're a couple $100 depending on which one you get. Sometimes you get them diskless, they're cheaper, but then you got to buy the hard drives, which nowadays hard drives are cheap. If you have a little bit of money to work with, check out Synology. Again, I'll put a link to them too as well. Highly, highly recommend Synology. Next question is, if you got this server, how can you make it access from anywhere? There's two ways. Like Western Digital has it. Western Digital has it to where you can go to a website. It's called like MyCloud, mycloud.com or something like that. And it's a website, and you just sign into it, and it links you directly to that device. You don't have to go into the router and port forward anything. Nothing like that. You can, however, port forward that thing if you wanted to and access it that way. It honestly just depends on how you have it set up. Another way that you could do it is if you had like, if your router's capable, you could set up VPNs that way. And you could sign in VPN, which would connect you to the network of wherever you're at, to your home network, which then you'd be able to access any network files that you have shared on the network in your house. That sounds a little confusing. I can actually go more in depth with that whole situation when I get these new routers in. I'll touch base on that because that's actually something that I'm going to be focused on when I get the new routers. But most of the time, like Synology and Western Digital, there's websites that you go to that will link you directly to that site, and it's built in. It's completely user friendly. You don't have to do anything. And they have apps for iOS and Android that you can do it and you can get to your phone. You can set it up to back up your phone on a regular basis, and you can get it to back up any system in your house on a regular basis, either through Time Machine on Apple or just regular backup on PC. Okay, next question. I'm interested in starting to stream games. Would my webcam be enough, or do I need a new camera? It's a 720p Microsoft one, nothing special. Here's my thing. If you're streaming games, the #1 priority is how good the stream quality of the game looks. People are gonna critique you about how the game looks before they're gonna say anything about how your webcam looks. So what I would recommend is 100% focus on making sure you can stream a video game really well. If you actually want to live stream, you need to have decent network because you can really have some problems. I highly recommend OBS. It's free software. When I used to stream video games, that's what I used, was OBS. Fantastic piece of software. I mean, it's unreal that it's free because it's really good. Get all the settings figured out for that first. Make sure you stream the game well, then focus on that. 720p nowadays, that's kind of, a lot of people are pushing for 4K. So when you're comparing people who do that to 720p, it's a big difference. My recommendation is to at least get a 1080p webcam. Now you can use the 720p. If you talk enough, if you're interesting while you're streaming, and the game quality looks great, people are gonna watch. It's the same thing with this vlog. I can buy a higher end camera that would have better audio and a better picture, but if I can't tell a story or be entertaining in the vlog, I don't care if I'm shooting with the highest res camera you can possibly buy, with the best audio you could possibly have. Nobody's gonna watch. It's about you. Get that down first, then focus on how everything else looks. I appreciate the questions. Honestly, ask me questions. I don't care what they are. I love doing these little segments. It kind of makes me think, and it actually makes me feel like I get to interact with people rather than just interacting with the camera. Ask questions. I like it. I don't know about y'all, but I absolutely am tired of homework.